Hello students, today we are going to take a very interesting topic, EUBACTERIA, under your chapter Biological Classification. You know that to go up to this topic, a slight information you should know more about that, an introduction. Let's see that. You know that according to the R.H. Whitaker classification, which is a 5-kingdom classification, what is the first kingdom over there? Monera. After that is what? Protista. Then fungi, then plantae, and then will be the animalia. 5-kingdom classification. We are right now is going to focus on the kingdom monera. Under the kingdom monera, let's see the next. Can I say we are having the group of the bacteria which we call it as Archaebacteria, which is the most ancient type of the bacteria. Under this Archaebacteria, that bacteria will come which are residing in the extreme habitats. Now, next will come the EUBACTERIA, which is our today's topic to discuss. Its more feature I will take. Let's see the third. Third is what? Mycoplasma. The important feature regarding that, it is going to be cell wall less. Otherwise, other bacteria will have the cell wall. But in Mycoplasma, cell wall will be absent. And it will the smallest cell evolved in the living organism. So that is Mycoplasma. But I will focus only on the topic right now on the EUBACTERIA. Monerans are characterized by the bacteria over there. They are having the various type of the mode of nutrition. They are famous for its complexity in their metabolism. Let's see first of all EUBACTERIA. What is for that? And don't think that they have only these 3 groups. As per your NCERT, we have taken that 3. Otherwise, other subgroups are even there under the kingdom monera. Right? Let's see now for the EUBACTERIA. For the EUBACTERIA, let's take its normal features like generalized thing. Can I say EUBACTERIA? Why the name is given so? The U stands for the true. This is the true bacteria which is making thousands of it different types. Right? Means they are in large number of different types. The monerans are mainly made up of this EUBACTERIA. And do remember, these EUBACTERIA will have some characteristic features. What are that characteristic features? Like they are having cell wall, just now I said you. What is the composition of cell wall here? That is made up of peptidoglycan. Right? And moreover, if they are motile, motile means if they are movable from one place to another, it will be mobile due to the flagella. Flagella is a plural, whereas flagellum is a singular of that. Right? So they are motile. If they are motile, then they are motile due to these locomotory organ. Pili and fimbriae are not for locomotion. They are only for attachment. Cilia is not present in the prokaryotes. It will be in case of eukaryotes. And if you take their other features, like in case of based on mode of nutrition, I said you they are more complex based on their mode of nutrition. I will come back on these journal features of the cyanobacteria. Let's take for the mode of nutrition first of all. Can I say they are having various types of mode of nutrition? Like it can show the autotrophic mode of nutrition. Right? Which autotrophic right now I am discussing? Photosynthetic. Even they will show the chemosynthetic autotrophic mode of nutrition. But even they can be of heterotrophic mode of nutrition. But most abundant in the nature are heterotrophic, those who are having heterotrophic mode of nutrition. And here right now, in the case of autotrophic mode of nutrition, if I discussed photosynthetic one, photosynthetic autotrophs, here the example from Cyanobacteria will come here. which is showing the autotrophic mode of nutrition. I must say you, the cyanobacteria in itself is showing such type of mode of nutrition, which is a type of the eubacteria, right? So don't club all the things together. Don't think that cyanobacteria is separate from eubacteria. It is a type of the eubacteria. The cyanobacteria is a type of eubacteria which is showing the autotrophic mode of nutrition. But which type? Photosynthetic autotrophic mode of nutrition. Now in that cyanobacteria, you are having some special feature. The diagram what I have presented you earlier, that all we have to take it from there. Just complete this column first of all. Now, can I say this cyanobacteria, why it is photosynthetic? Definitely being they are having the pigments. Which pigment here is there? Chlorophyll A. Can I say it resembles to the pigment, or this pigment is same like what we are having the green plants? It is like that, right? That's why it help us, or this concept we can understand based on that cyanobacteria are photosynthetic due to presence of this pigment. Now coming to the chemosynthetic mode of autotrophic mode of nourishment. See here the word is going to be chemosynthetic, means energy is not coming from the sunlight. In photosynthetic, the energy is coming from the sunlight. But in chemosynthetic, the food is forming by its own, no doubt it is autotrophic, but energy is coming from the oxidation of inorganic substances. Now what are that inorganic substances here? It will include the nitrites, it will include the nitrates, and even it can include the ammonia. Actually, this group of the eubacteria will help in the recycling process. Recycling of which elements? It can be for the iron, it can be for phosphorus, it can be for nitrogen, and even for the sulfur. Right? So many elements can be recycled. Those who are showing this chemosynthetic, the autotrophic mode of nutrition. Now coming to the heterotrophic, which is going to be the most common among the eubacteria to show this mode of nutrition. So can I say this heterotrophic mode of nutrition? Under that, even most common will be the decomposers. Direct line from your NCERT, right? But as per the decomposers, you know that they depend upon dead decaying matter. Means now they are converting the organic substances into inorganic. Right? So heterotrophic will not manufacture their food right now under the example of the decomposers. But do remember the heterotrophs have variety to do in the case of the plants and even in animals, or even in case of the other organism. What they will do? Like they can cause the diseases. Like that can I say it is an harmful effect right now. If I take the concept of the humans, definitely it can be a pathogenic, means disease causing. Which diseases it can cause? Like typhoid. Typhoid will be caused by that. Even tetanus will be caused by this, right? And even the tuberculosis. In plants, you will find about the citrus canker. This is in case of the plants. And even in case of animals, they can cause the number of diseases. So this is pathogenic. This role even comes under heterotrophic, right? And if I talk about the economic importance regarding the eubacteria, can I say this is a harmful effect? We have discussed, but how much it is useful? Even that uses are even more. You will learn in the chapter microbes in human welfare. There you will find that different bacteria are helpful in which way? Like even in formation of curd, even in the formation of antibiotics, even in the roots of the plants, they are helping in nitrogen fixation. Which plants? That is of Fabaceae family members. They are fixing the nitrogen. So all that categories are giving useful impact of this eubacteria group of the monera. And if I discuss about its means of reproduction. It is going to be very simple type, that is binary fission. Means simply one cell will divide into the two progenies. There is no S phase, there is no G1, G2. Simply the DNA replicates and divide into the two daughter progeny, and two will further form the four and so on. So this is the most common means of reproduction. But if the conditions are adverse, then even it can show the spore formation. And rarely, in the rare of rarest condition, they can even show transformation. Transformation means from one bacteria to another bacteria, there is a gene transfer. And this is the most primitive type of the sexual reproduction, where there is no gamete formation and there is no fusion of gametes. Only gene transfer is there. I didn't say gamete transfer. What is that? Gene transfer. This is the primitive type of the sexual reproduction which you will find in case of the bacteria. So at the whole, can I say these are the general features for which group I have discussed? Eubacteria. But the Cyanobacteria, the main important features yet we have to discuss. What are that? Like, can you see in the Cyanobacteria, which is a group showing the photoautotrophic mode of nourishment. Now here many questions are going to be framed by the NEET question paper setters. Every time some questions they are giving as a one statement or multiple statement, you have to choose correct and incorrect. We will solve few of the questions in the last which appeared in the previous years from the topic of the Eubacteria only. But Cyanobacteria is the most common over there. Just now I explained you that Cyanobacteria comes under autotrophic category. That's why I have discussed with you in Eubacteria all the mode of the nutrition, which is the most complex characteristic of the bacteria. But they are very simple in its structure. Now focus back on the Cyanobacteria. Just now I said you that in case of Cyanobacteria, they are going to be autotrophic, or you can say they are photoautotrophic organism. To know their more features, I want to give you a mnemonic here under Eubacteria. Now I am going to take about the Cyanobacteria slightly in more detail, being given in your NCERT book. How you can learn its feature of that, a small mnemonic I want to say here. In that mnemonic, the C stands for that they can be in the colonial form or even in their filamentous forms. But if I want to stretch this topic more, can I say it can be in unicellular form as well? Right? So this is the way how they exist. Just now they have shown you this filamentous form of this Cyanobacteria, right? Which even you call it as a blue-green alga. Now next, Y stand for what thing? Y stand for just simply I must say yes, they are having cell wall. Because earlier I mentioned to you that Mycoplasma after Eubacteria is not having the cell wall. But if I take Cyanobacteria, it is under Eubacteria, it is having cell wall made up of peptidoglycans. Now next, A stand for what thing? For A pigment. What is that pigment? Chlorophyll A. I discussed with you which resembles like the higher plants or the green plants. Now N. What N stands for? N stands for they are helping in nitrogen fixation. Right? Why they are helping in nitrogen fixation? Because they are having special cells which you call it as heterocyst. What is heterocyst cell? This is the thick wall cell, right, which is pale yellow in color, and it is cut off from the environmental oxygen to help this cell to fix the nitrogen. So can I say rest of the cell are photosynthetic? So very important point, can I say in heterocyst, whose fixation happen? Nitrogen fixation. That means on other cells like green cells rest, what is happening? Here carbon dioxide fixation will happen. What is carbon dioxide fixation? Photosynthesis only, being this is green photosynthetic cells, right? So this is one of the feature. By N, I mean to say nitrogen fixation. Now let's see what O stands for. O stands for oxygenic photosynthetic organism. They are which type of organism? Oxygenic photosynthetic organism. What do you mean by this thing? During the process of photosynthesis, before this cyanobacteria evolved on this planet, before that, whatever other bacteria were there, they were not evolving the oxygen. They are giving elements like sulfur. So they are not creating oxygen on this planet. The first oxygenic means oxygen giving during the photosynthesis, this organism evolved first. And after that, our planet get enriched by the oxygen and got the other organism as well, being due to the congenial environment. So here O, I mean to say, that is an oxygenic photosynthetic organism. B, I want to say here, that means they bloom more in which type of water? Polluted water. You will find it will flourish more in case of the polluted water, right? Now, apart from all the things, can I say the habitat where they are living? Based on their habitat, they can be terrestrial and even it can be aquatic. If it is aquatic, it can be the fresh water or even it can be the marine water. Are you getting this point? So, these are the general features for the cyanobacteria. Why we have taken in more detail? Because this is given under the detailed discussion. You must go through the labeling, and here in the labeling you will find the mucilaginous sheath even. When the colonial and filamentous form are there, they are covered by this gelatinous sheet, which is going to protect them from the desiccation, and this is the role of that, covering the colonial and the filamentous form. And what is the caption for this diagram? They have given a filamentous blue-green alga for the nostoc. Otherwise, nostoc and Anabina. These are the most common example for the cyanobacteria. Fine. So, these are about some of the important features we have discussed about the EUBACTERIA. Let's talk about some questions that earlier they have asked through PYQs. Like first is, which of the following is incorrect about cyanobacteria? They are photoautotroph. This is right. But in the question they are asking incorrect. Make a habit to mark some of your helping words in your question paper, right? In a question. Better to mark it instead of keeping in your mind, right? So they are asking incorrect thing. But this is correct. That's why this is not your answer, right? Then they lack heterocyst. Just now we discussed, they are having heterocyst. Can I say now this is incorrect? So this will be your answer based on the asked concept of in the question. Let's see other option as well. Make a habit to read all before marking your answer. What is that? They often form blooms in the polluted water bodies. Just now we discussed, this happens. That's why this is not your answer. They have chlorophyll similar to the green plants. Even this is there. That's why it is not your answer, right? So for this question, what will be your answer? Second option. Let's see other question. True nucleus is absent where? You know that it is absent in case of the prokaryotes. And all the discussion today we did, that is one of the example under the prokaryotes. So Anabina is a prokaryotes, and here they are asking absent. So can I say it will be absent in case of prokaryotes? Obviously this will be your answer. Let's see other option. Mucor, that is an example for fungus, which is the eukaryote. So it will have the nucleus. That's why it is not your answer. Vaucheria will come under alga. This is not given in your NCERT, but they have given in one of the years this option. So it is not your answer, being it is eukaryote. Then after that, Volvox, again it comes under the green alga. It is a eukaryote. So again it is having the nucleus. That's why it is not your answer. Final, what will be the answer? True nucleus is absent in which of the following? Anabina, right? Being this is prokaryote. Let's see the next question. The motile bacteria are able to move by. We discussed that what is the locomotory organ in the bacteria? Flagella. And obviously will not be the fimbriae, because fimbriae help in the attachment. of bacteria with any substratum, maybe by the rocks or by with the host cell. That's why this is not your answer. Flagella, we figure it out. This is the only locomotory organ in case of the prokaryotes. But let's see the other. Cilia are absent in the prokaryotes, means in case of the bacteria. That's why this is not your answer. Villi is there, but again it will be for attachment, not for locomotion. With the bacteria. That's why again this is not your answer. So what will be the final answer here? Flagella. Is that clear? So likewise, topic by topic, like today we have discussed, every topic give the importance like this, right? Only then you can handle the big chapters like biological classification. This is all for today. Thanks a lot, students.